After leaving Philippi, Paul and Silas went on to another town called Macedonia. Not a town called, it was in Macedonia, but it was called Thessalonica, and it was in Macedonia. And when they got to Thessalonica, there were some very, very hostile Jews there that didn't even want them in that town. And so what the Jewish people did, they had heard about Paul and Silas. So what the Jewish people did is they set up a decoy and they caused a riot in one part of town. They hired some men to start a riot about something. And they did this so that the Roman leaders could go out and look for Paul and Silas and catch them wherever they were. Well, they had heard that he had a good friend in Thessalonica named Jason. So they took the tip and they went over to Jason's house looking for Paul and Silas. They took Jason out of his easy chair. They dragged him out in the street, and they were really rough on Jason and said, "Where are you hiding him? We know he's your friend. You're hiding him somewhere." And they drugged Jason before the high court. And Jason said, "I honestly don't know where they are." And he didn't at that point. And so they, after giving Jason a real what for, I think physically and mentally, they made Jason promise, "You keep the peace. Don't let these men near your house." And he said, okay, I won't. Well, in the meantime, the people that were helping Paul and Silas helped them get on a ship. And they went to another place called Berea. And in Berea, oh, what a warm welcome they had. Totally different attitude in Berea. And it says the Jewish people there listened intently to what Paul and Silas had. It was the difference between day and night for reception. And then they were so interested in what Paul and Silas had to say. It says they went home and they searched the scriptures to see if what Paul and Silas were saying was right. God bless the Bereans. They opened their Bibles and they found it to be true. They searched the scriptures, and then Paul went on and he told who was it else? Timothy, and who was the other one I said before? Timothy and oh, my mind went blank. I hate it when it does that. And Luke, to meet them later in another place. So the Bereans had a much better attitude about things than the people in Thessalonica, or where they got so put in prison and everything. It was awful. But the Bereans were a wonderful relief for them. They accepted the gospel. I'll leave it off there. Takes me a while to remember what's happening here. There's so much happening right now. Okay, have a good afternoon, guys. Bye-bye.